The final home game of any college football season is cause for celebration. Senior Day, a perfect way to celebrate and remember all of the accomplishments of this group of leaders. Welcome to McGurk Alumni Stadium in Amherst, home to the UMass Minutemen. As we'll see a squad from the back, the Yukon Huskies, taking on last year's national champions, the UMass Minutemen. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. UMass will kick off and will be underway. Here's the return from inside his 10. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. So Connecticut's offense will have the first crack at it in this one. And the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive in games like this, guys, and it's crucial to get your emotions under control.
No doubt. In rivalry games, you've got to limit the mental errors, and you've got to limit the penalties, because those will kill you, Pollack.
And you got to come out under control. It means so much. We know that. The fans are all talking about it, but it's just football.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Trying play action. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he'll have to turn it loose deep. Got it in the middle, it's Clark. He'll have enough for the first down, and they stop him at the 45. The Huskies come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking to throw, it's Callow. Quickly complete. At the 45, on its way. There he goes. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down. The explosive play set the table. Now they got to serve the feast. They'll run it. And he's brought down at the line of scrimmage, and the ball will stay at the 2. They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. They'll go with a direct snap. Going right back to the well, and this time he finds water. Gets it into the end zone for the touchdown.
And I love this offense and the way they started this football game. Listen, last week be danged, okay? Forget last week. Nice job coming out, setting the tone in this ball game, putting a long drive together, and getting a touchdown.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So UMass's offense will go to work for the first time today. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads. He showed off his arm talent. He had this offense moving up and down the field and finding the end zone, and you know he's excited to take on this defense today.
Yeah, and talking to the defensive coordinators coming in this football game, like, they're not going to do what happened last week. Like, you can't sit back and make the coverages easy for him to diagnose. He'll pick you apart like he did last week. Look for some change-ups and some curveballs for this defense.
And they pick up just a few on that completion. And now on 2nd down for this offense. Back to pass. Grab near the marker. It's Applewhite. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
You guys have both played in rivalry games, so what did you do to keep yourself locked in during that week of preparation, David?
Well, you try to keep your emotions in check, but it's really, really hard to do because a lot of times the hatred is so strong, the emotions are so real. The coaches get super tight, and they start talking about things, Jesse, so you don't just treat it as another game.
No, it's hard to handle the anxiety leading up to those games, not just because of what it means to your season, but because of what the fans are saying, what your coaches are saying, what your family and friends are saying, understanding how important those rivalries are.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. UMass just kept it on the ground to move the sticks, and they might rely on that offensive line again. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him, and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the...
Throw into the end zone, and it's picked off. That is a tough one to take. They had the interception, but it's taken away by the pass interference penalty. And after that penalty, the defense is almost out of real estate to defend. It's first and goal on the 1. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Minutemen!
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Back to throw, it's Callow. Floats it out in space. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? And it seems to be a lot easier for the quarterback to find this guy than it is for the defense.
Yeah, and I think this is a guy, Reese, that you can split him out. You can feel comfortable getting the football as many ways as possible because he is one of those matchup problems. Linebackers aren't going to be able to run with him, so try to find ways to maximize that little guy's speed and athletic ability.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And they can't make the connection, and it could get worse. A penalty flag on the field, and it's in the holding zone. Let's get the call. So the penalty will not be enforced. The defense declines and stands on the result of the play. That's the end of the period, and UConn has the lead. And we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. UConn will have to punt it away. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. He gets the first one off, and he was busier than he hoped in that loss last week, being called on 5 times. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. The UMass offense returns to the field. They took it down the field for a touchdown the last time they had it, and now an opportunity to take the lead in this football game.
So they got to be feeling good. They did their part, score. Your defense does your part, Jesse. This offense, keep that momentum. I would say stay aggressive here.
And just keep doing what you were doing on that last drive, right? Well, whatever was working for you, just go back. Keep using those same playmakers to allow you to go down here and score a touchdown.
They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. Line getting set on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Going to try to pop one on the screen. There he goes. He's at the 30. And they finally get him stopped, but it's a big throw and catch, and he's down at the 5. UMass lines up with a 1st and goal. He's looking to throw. Fires into the end zone. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive.
Man, what a great break on the football. Nice job seeing it, squeezing. A lot of those defensive guys, man, they don't have great hands all the time, but you always remember your first interception. He'll always remember this moment.
Let's talk just for a minute about UConn. Always nice to get a win on the recruiting trail. They feel like they did, landing a 3-star wide receiver, verbal commitment. They feel like he has the type of talent that can help a program at this level.
It's going to help their offense right away. I think one of the biggest reasons why he chose this program was because he felt he could get on the field right away and help them out. Bigger programs are out after him. He thought he might have to wait his turn elsewhere. Not the case here. Expect him to make some plays early on.
That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. UConn will have to punt it away. A high kick. Let's see if he can pin them back deep in their own end. And the returner goes down. The Minutemen going back to work on offense. That last possession, a prime example, Jesse, of how things... And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44. UMass just trying to get some of that yardage back here on second down. On the run, fires downfield. That one never had a chance. Incomplete.
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now and why they're trailing on the scoreboard is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy.
Purdy on the Jets. Brought down at the 20-yard line after ripping off the big play.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Wants to go up top. Grabbed over the middle. It's Applewhite. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the first down, and they'll have it 1st and goal at the 6. Whistle blows, and this is the 2-minute timeout, and these guys have a chance to take the lead before halftime. And a chance to really carry momentum with them into the locker room if they can take the lead here. 1st and goal. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Touchdown, Minutemen! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board. That touchdown grabbed the 25th of his career.
Not surprising either. When you've got this guy's ability at that position, quarterbacks are going to be looking for you. 25 touchdown catches, that's an impressive figure.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those guys that have been so big time. Big time moments, clutch plays, makes those contested catches. He's a guy that can do everything, and that's why he's putting up such great stats.
The UConn offense goes back to work. This drive will open from the 15. A rather unproductive series last time, 3 and out, and they'll try to do better this time around. Takes the easy one to the back. Shakes off the defender. Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line, warp speed for 2nd down. To the air, it's Callow. He's got the back in the middle. Lowers those pads. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. UConn quick to the line. Back to pass on 2nd down. Oh, they're after him. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. He gets the job done, picking up the 1st down, then getting down. Clock stops momentarily for the 1st down. They'll hurry to the line. Wants to throw on 1st down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. He's got his man. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. UConn will have to punt it away. Great contact on that ball as it just hangs up in the sky. He makes a fair catch, couple of steps inside his own 25 at the 23-yard line. First play of the drive, wants to throw. And they can't make the connection.
You wonder if the pick earlier in the game is now affecting this quarterback, and not just his psyche, but also his fundamentals. He threw that ball off his back leg. You're not going to throw completions playing like that.
Quickly out to the tight end. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. Breaks into the open. Touchdown, UMass! He found some open space and turned on the Jets.
And how big is that for this offense? Put a nice drive together, get the touchdown, add to this lead already. Everything right now, Palmer, going their way.
Yeah, that was as good a two-minute type situation as you could have offensively. And, David, they've got so many weapons on this offense. They practice these situations all the time, and they put it to work here at the end of the first half.
Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. From the gun, the ground game. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Just enough time to get off one more snap. They'll run it from the gun. And he's taken down after a short gain, and that'll do it for us here in the first half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, rivalry games always bring out a ton of emotions, and they were on full display in that first half. And how can we begin our analysis of that first half without singing the praises of one of the elite backs in football? Racking up huge numbers on the ground, even throwing the occasional block. This kid is the total package. And if this defense doesn't adjust its strategy, he could be headed towards a career day. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how this rivalry matchup plays out.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. UConn has it teed up to start this second half. Fielded in the end zone, it's McGee. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The UMass offense returns to the field. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
With that, he's got 101 yards rushing, and this guy's just having a tremendous... He's going to throw deep right side. Got it in stride inside the 20. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, UMass! The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance. Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Back to throw, it's Callow. Intercepted for the 11th time this season. Got room on the return. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return. Now the chance for perhaps the most rewarding one-yard drive in the history of football. Give to the fullback. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Give to the big fullback. And this defense does it again. Back-to-back plays for nothing. It'll be 3rd down.
And that's a great stop by this defense. 2nd down and goal, getting the lost yardage play, now putting your defense in a better position for 3rd down.
They'll run play action. Lets it go to the end zone. Pass is broken up, incomplete as they were trying to strike for 6. The offense trying to find a way on 4th and goal from the 2. Trying to barge their way in. He's not going to make it. Stopped short of the goal line. Tried to push his way in, but not quite enough on 4th and goal. And the Huskies backed up deep in their own end, trying to create a little space on 1st down. He'll start this drive firing. That internal clock just didn't move fast enough, and they get him for a safety. And they'll set up for the free kick from their own 20.
You could tell the defense smelled it. They knew exactly where they were on the field, put the pressure on him, got him down in the end zone. Safety, baby.
The Minutemen going back to work on offense. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. The give to the running back from the shotgun. A 6-yard pickup that leaves them with 3rd and 4. Trying to pick up a 1st down. Let's go. The play action fake. Pocket breaking down. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and that can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play action attempt.
They got him. It's a sack, and what a stop for this defense to turn it over on downs. Great place to start for this offense.
Here we go.
Dropping back, it's Callow. Fires to the wideout. Got his man downfield. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Huskies.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The UMass offense returns to the field. That 4th down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it on 4th down. Everybody wants that, but your defense sometimes has to bail out your decision-making. We decided to go for it. We didn't get it. And the defense, Jesse, didn't come up big and prove me right.
Yeah, not complimentary football, no doubt. But look, this offense has been in these situations before, so you got to come back out here, take the field. It's a fresh set.
Lots of room to run. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down.
Man, we knew coming into this game just how explosive this offense could be, and a big part of that is their ability to throw the football. They've scored a ton of points, and it's because they can generate plays like that. When this quarterback sees the one-on-one matchup he wants, he is not afraid to pull the trigger, and he hits a big throw there.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go?
Well, they're trying to get the big fella the football in the passing game, but they haven't been...
Fires toward the end zone. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Well, nice job by the defense here in back-to-back plays. 2 straight incompletions. You've given up some yards, and the opponent's in field goal range. This is a place a lot of D coordinators like to send the blitz, because if you sack the quarterback and create a negative play, you knock them out of field goal range.
Now on fourth down, they'll try to come away with 3. Good, right down the boulevard. And now the lead is even bigger.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. UConn going back to work on offense. After giving up that score, now it's incumbent on this offense to kind of get a back and forth going, Jesse, in this game.
They got to put some points on the board here. There's obviously a lot of football to go, so it's not necessarily panic time just yet, but I'm getting the ball into the hands of my best playmakers on this drive.
I hear you, Jesse, but not panic time. Have you seen my defense? I mean, I'm not trusting them to get a lot of stops, so he puts a lot of pressure on this offense.
And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. Got his man quickly. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down. The Huskies come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Back to pass, it's Callow. Unloads to the wideout. And they won't make the connection going for the big play. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Now the play fake. Just can't pull the trigger, and the quarterback is sacked at the 41. That's the end of the period, and it's UMass out front. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Just about ready to go in the fourth, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this third down play. Here's the handoff. He won't get there. It'll bring up fourth down. Okay, ready? They'll leave the offense out there to try to get it past the marker and pick up the first. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Takes a hit as he fires. He's picked off, and he's thrown a dozen of them. And they'll get him down after a solid return.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's fourth down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
Well, that's just a miss by the quarterback. That's a simple slant route. That ball's got to be thrown out in front or put in the face mask of the receiver. Bad throw by the QB.
Got enough for the first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. This is the kind of performance, guys, that sort of etches your name in the lore of a rivalry.
And playing big in this big moment, on this big stage, it is so nice to have.
Turning it on! Touchdown, Minutemen! And the pummeling has started. That ought to be enough to make this lead insurmountable, and with it, they'll be a perfect 10-0.
Yeah, salt into wound, right? Late in the fourth quarter, you can run the football, run this game out. No, sir. I'm going to continue to pad my stats, find my receiver out wide, and get me another touchdown.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Interesting showdown in the MAC today, men. Take a look at how things are playing out. Oklahoma is lighting up the scoreboard right now thanks to a dazzling offensive display. They're up 14 over Boston College. The MACtion never sleeps, and we'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. The give to the back. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9.
Let's go.
Scanning the field, it's Callow. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. The defense all revved up after that earlier sack, and they'll try to stop him right here. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And it falls incomplete. But it could have been much, much worse as the defender was right there. Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. Can't complete the long throw, and the defense gets off the field on 4th down. This offense has it with really good field position. They're going to open this drive with a pass. And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hands. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Power football with the run. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Minutemen! That score pushes us out to a comfortable margin, and they are oh so close to a 10-game winning streak.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me, or I should get conserved, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
Quarterback on the keeper. That'll be good enough for a first down. They'll mark it at the 30. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Right on the money.
This offense has their work cut out for them, man, because the coverage has been so tight. And if you're not throwing to the sideline or you're not getting past the sticks, this defense is going to tackle you inbounds like they just did on that last play and bleed the clock.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. Now facing a 3rd and long.
Here we go.
To the air, it's Callow. Here's a heat. Working that left side now. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down. Down in the 4th quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Firing to the right, complete. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. The metrics tell you so often, go ahead, go for it on 4th down, and it pays off there.
And that just shows you the head coach's confidence in his quarterback to go out on a critical 4th down and execute.
Wants to go up top on first down. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. He was looking for that big return to go with the pick, but he'll set him up in business at the 36. The Minutemen going back to work on offense. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Blast it as he lets it go. Got it in the middle. It's Willis. A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. Quarterback making adjustments. He's looking to pass. Finds his man. It's Applewhite. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
And there's no mercy rule in college football. They've got a huge lead here in the fourth quarter, and they're still staying aggressive. They're still throwing the football, going out and executing, working on their craft. They've got bigger fish coming up down the road, bigger games. So you got to keep sharpening the tools, and that's what you're seeing here in the fourth quarter.
And that's a great job executing the drag route. You just bring the big fella across the formation, wait for him to come open. The quarterback does a good job seeing him, finds him in the hole, hits him. Perfect job.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. UMass mounting a threat from the red zone. Second down, they'll go to the air. And he really wanted to get the touchdown there, but it's incomplete.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but let's live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game.
They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. A solid gain on that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up. Ball spotted at the 27. They're facing a 3rd and long to try to keep their hopes of a touchdown alive. Finds the tight end. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. And on 4th down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. It is good! And that'll add 3 more to a lead that is already way out of hand.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, fourth quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest this way, and we looking pretty good.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. From the gun, give on the inside. He's stopped dead in his tracks again. No running room to be found. They keep trying and have had very little success. Looking to throw, it's Callow. Under fire. And the quarterback is sacked. There are penalty flags down, but this might be doubly bad for the offense. I think the penalty might be on them. This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. One more play to pad the stats. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. And the ball falls to the ground, incomplete. The game is over, and that's just sort of how this one is gone. No matter how much college football changes, realignment, all of that kind of stuff, rivalries are consistent, and winning rivalry games, well, that's just the best.
Because they hate each other so much. So you take the field against your rival, and you're able to put forth a performance like that. That is worth its weight in gold, David. Unbelievable effort here by the winning team, and bragging rights now for a while.
Bragging rights for a while. It's a fun thing to be able to accomplish. Now we also got to take in the next couple games, because this is always, there's a letdown that naturally happens after these big rivalry wins. We feel like our chest is poked out. We got to look on to the next game, focus in on this next one.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.